Well, good afternoon, you guys. Today is Monday, it's President's Day. So, I kind of want to do a little bit of review on the Neotec 892. I've had this since September last year, okay? And I'm going to do a breakdown video on this also. I haven't seen anybody on YouTube fully break it down. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, but my quick review on this, love the saw. It is an extra powerhouse. This thing really rips. So, couple things though, okay? Like a lot of the guys who own the Neotec have issues with these. I haven't really had any issues with this saw except for the fuel cap. It busted all the way through, okay? This has got to be super weak or maybe a defect, but right inside here it busted all the way through, so I have to get a new gas cap for this. And these caps, once you cinch them on, they're really tight. They have a hard time getting off, so I'll probably have to get a different style of cap for the oil and gas. They're just too tight for me. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure something out. So anyhow, no. Other than that, this thing has worked really good for me. I've not had a chance to dive too deeply into the saw yet. Like I said, I've ran it just a little bit with Dan and Brennan. Haven't really ran it a whole lot because the gas cap. So we're gonna tear this puppy apart and make sure everything's nice and tight on it. Make sure that there's no gas leak either. I did notice when I first bought the saw that I put fuel in it and it started leaking, but the leak was coming either from the center of the cap, maybe there was a small hole there and I didn't know it, or the gas cap O-ring expanded because of the gas. That could have been the other reason why it was leaking. So I'm gonna look into that also. But also it might be the tank. There might be something in the tank, a crack, or one of the hoses may not be snugly fit on there. So I'm gonna look into that also. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this plastic shroud or whatever. It holds the cover on. I'm gonna take this off first. And actually, I'm gonna grab my magnetic tray here. All my metal parts in there. Okay. This carb here. So everything on the carburetor looks good. I don't see any of the gaskets that are ripped, torn, or anything. It looks like this stuff is on here. We're all nice. Okay. A little dirty, but not too bad. So, checking the fuel line, that looks fine. Okay, I don't see any cracks or anything like this. Here's a breather right here for the gas tank. Everything looks like it should be. The mechanics of it are in good condition. Okay, so now I'm going to take the spark plug out, make sure it's not failed. Okay, spark plug looks real good, you guys. There's no blacking on it or anything. This looks really nice and clean. So the stock spark plug I get is made by Torch, and it's a L7T. Okay, so that's the size you guys need right there. If you ever have to replace one. Okay, so I know I hear a lot of guys talking about the decomp switch. I personally have not used it yet. Even though it's a 92cc saw, it doesn't have a huge compression like some of the bigger stills may have. I don't have a problem pulling this saw, so I don't need the decomp switch. I'm sure if you didn't feel comfortable pulling it or airdropping it like I usually do, you might use it. If you're putting it on the ground and starting it, you could probably use decomp for that, but I don't ever use it. What else? I wish you could go a little bit more in depth with this saw. I just don't want to break it completely down, really. I just wanted to make sure that nothing was leaking anywhere. I don't see any leaks, or the hoses are in really good condition. I probably just got a really good saw from the factory, except for the caps. The caps is probably one of the big issues that I have. So I did notice, and I don't know if this has come from the factory this way and they just didn't, maybe they missed it, but right inside here where the engine fins are, there is a fin that is broken off, and I didn't notice that when I got the saw. I don't know if it's purposely like that, or it broke off when they were putting everything together and somebody accidentally snapped it off. So that is something I just noticed. All right, so I've decided I am going to remove the top plastic just to take a peek at the top end here. Might be able to get away with that. Might have to take the handlebar off. I hope not. Don't really want to do that. Shouldn't have to do that. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It was a good time listening to Tasman's live feed yesterday. Hazapalooza is not that far away, you guys. I am looking forward to that. Yeah, so I'll bring you in here a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. All right, so you see these fins right here? I don't know if they purposely cut that one out to get the plastic to fit, but I mean, these things are brittle. I mean, it looks like maybe they cut it perfectly just to get it to fit. I'm not sure. But it looks good. I mean, like I said, you know, I don't use this decom switch. Everything looks fine. It looks really clean in there. I don't see any scoring above okay, the piston looks good. I don't see any scoring, you guys. It looks really good. Well, like I said, I've only ran this saw for just a short period of time. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's the top of the piston. Okay, looks really, really good. Now I've seen some other videos online where guys are getting these saws and they're like, oh the piston walls or the chambers all scratched up and there's, you know, then they don't work and everything. I think I just got a really good saw. So I'm gonna just put this thing back together. I'm not gonna fire it up because, like I said, this cap's got a hole in it, or else I would fire it right up, but I'm not, you know, there's no reason to. All these tools I'm using I got from when I bought the saw. This is all Neotec stuff. So you get this, like in my video when I first showed you guys when I got the saw, all this stuff comes with it. I think that's a good deal. For the price, Okay, so with this plastic piece, you guys, it's kind of, it fits in here real funny. They cut the back of this black piece here. It kind of protects this area. They cut it in front, so I have to kind of wedge it in there to get it to fit. It's not a perfect fit. And then make sure that these plastic grooves fit with this and make sure it's all in there. It's not 100%, you guys. This is a clone saw. It's not gonna be 100%. It's not like a steel or Husqvarna. If I ever wanted to, I could get steel aftermarket parts or OEM parts and put it on this saw. If I really want to, I could make it look like a steel. I'm not gonna do that. We just had a bunch of snow last week. Now it's almost 50 degrees and raining here. Okay, you guys, that's it. I still yet haven't messed with high and low on this saw. I probably will adjust the carburetor after I get the new gas cap and new oil cap for it. So, but no, right out of the box, it still runs fine, still starts up fine. I think it's about 4 pulls for it to start, and then another 2 pulls for it to actually start running. So that just could just be a carburetor thing. Pretty much like steel. I mean, everybody knows that a steel, first thing in the morning, especially on cold days, it takes a few seconds for it to start. One other thing I was going to look at is in here. So these plastic guides, they're not fixed in there very well. So if you guys get this chainsaw and you get these plastic guides, just make sure that they're in there nice and firm. If anything, you might want to glue them in, because these pop out every time I sometimes take this off, and they just come right out because the little pins that hold them in are not very big. All right, you guys, that's really all I have on this saw. That's just kind of my quick review on it and just kind of diving a little deeper into it since I never did that. One thing I wanted to say thank you so much to Tasman. There's a lot of inspiration there, and I just wanted to say thank you for doing Tazapalooza and allowing all these strangers and friends of yours to come out and hang out for the weekend at Tazapalooza. That is in June, you guys, so there will be lots of videos on that coming out. So yeah, if you like these videos, like and subscribe. Have a good rest of the week.